Happy Valentine's to you.
Okay, and wow, he's certainly having some fun down there at Mango's this morning. Feel free to stop by and check out all the action before they wrap up down there and maybe have yourself some breakfast. In the meantime, though, we're going to be putting the spotlight on investing wisely and investing smartly and making sure you have the right foundation. Our friends from the Unit Trust Corporation are back in with us, and they're going to be helping you shape up for long-term investment success. Back with us, we have the Vice President for Investments, Kriss, and in with us for the first time, we've got the Vice President for Marketing, Communications, and Distribution Channels, Mrs. Gayle Daniel-Worrell. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
And, well, welcome back to you.
Thank you.
And welcome to the First Up family.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so shaping up for long-term investment success, that means that, like, you know, the plan that you have for your body in terms of eating well, getting rest, diet and exercise, it's a similar approach when you're talking about your investment and your finances, isn't it?
Yes. Many times we tend to focus on our spending capability today, and we don't necessarily pay enough attention to what we need to do to ensure that we have income and savings and investments for the future. Many times you'd find us being concentrated on what we have in a bank account, as opposed to where we have future income coming from. The long-term investments is very important for people to understand exactly the role of long-term planning and making the appropriate investment decisions to ensure that you have that future income for the future. A large part of it, you have to take into consideration your own retirement, your children's education, some future expenditure. And in many instances, we focus on short-term investments, but we don't pay enough attention to the long-term investment and the investment vehicles available to us.
Gayle Daniel-Worrell, you're involved in marketing and communications, and you need to get the message out there that there are instruments available that would help you with that long-term planning exercise. Let's talk about a few of those.
Yes, indeed. I liked what you said earlier. You consider your body and keeping your body healthy. It's also important that you keep your finances healthy, that you look at your finances, you do a financial checkup every year to make sure that you're planning for the future correctly, and also to make sure that you're saving correctly. Because the importance of a long-term investment really comes into fruition when you are looking at your goals. You need to match your long-term goals with a long-term investment. If you have a short-term goal, you match it with a short-term investment. And most people don't even think about that. They just say, all right, I'm going to save for some future need, whether it's retirement or your kids' education, a house, whatever it may be. But when you're looking at your retirement, your savings and your savings goals, you really have to put some sort of time horizon. If it's a short-term goal, if you're saving for your child's education and your child is about to go to school, you know that obviously you're not going to save in a long-term instrument. If you're saving for retirement and let's say you're in your 30s, that is a long-term goal and you need to save with a long-term instrument. And most people don't consider that when they're starting to save. And the reason that you need to consider it is because of inflation. If you save in the wrong instrument, inflation can have a damaging effect on your savings, and you will find you may not have enough money to achieve that goal.
Let's talk in practical terms now. I have some friends, they've been married for a couple of years, and they just had a baby. What kind of thinking should they be doing now in terms of their short, medium, and long-term saving now that they have this baby?
Well, first of all, the good news is that there are a number of avenues available to them by virtue of what investment instruments are available. We have a live example, the government transaction that was essentially originated to deal with the CL Financial EFPA investors. That is essentially a zero coupon bond where you have 10 different maturities over a 10-year period. They may say, listen, we want to at least start the wealth accumulation. So we may want to invest in a 10-year zero coupon bond, like the 10-year strip that is available in that bond. So that instrument, very simply put, it's a bond investment with no coupon income during the period, but you have an accreted value at the end where you get back your principal and interest in a big balloon payment. So you make the investment today, and you have that future income available to you.
And that coupon can be cashed?
Yes, the investment, it's a maturity, it's a set maturity date in the future.
And it's something that you can use, say, when your child is going off to big school.
That's correct. That's correct.
Another good way is also our investment products for children. We have two. We have the Children's Investment Starter Plan, and there's another plan for children that has insurance linked to it. So this is a long-term investment again. So you can start small and you can build up as the child gets older. And one thing that we say is that when you're saving for long-term goals, it's important to be consistent. You need to make sure that you continue to invest on a regular basis. Sometimes people would invest in starts and they start, they stop, they start, they stop. Oh, wait till I get money, wait till I get a better job, wait till I get a raise. No. Save consistently every month. Every time you get a paycheck, put aside at least 10%. That's at least, eh? I put aside more than that. I put aside 20%. But if you put aside at least 10%...
Your retirement's looking nice, Gayle Daniel-Worrell.
Hopefully it will be. No, but you need to be consistent. Because if you do it in fits, you will find that you will not meet your goals. You need to plan ahead, and you need to make sure that you put aside a little bit every month.
I remember when I was first going to university a very long time ago, my parents were able to access a lump sum from an insurance policy that they had taken out for me. Is there a similar instrument available under the unit trust umbrella of funds?
Yes, there is. The Children's Investment Plan is one, where you can start with as little as $50 for the child, and you can put in a certain amount every month. And when the child reaches certain milestones in their life, whether it's starting big school, you can take money out to fund whatever expenses you have at that time, or high school, university, etc. So it's a very flexible product depending on what you want. It's all about you, it's all about your investments, and depends on what you want, what we will recommend that you save.
Okay.
While we're on the topic of long-term investments, I think it's important for us to actually point out some examples in terms of how investments perform. But before we do that, we should really give a definition of a long-term investment. What a long-term investment is. A long-term investment is anything in excess of 1 year by virtue of what the financial, in finance terms. In most instances though, people tend to look at long-term in excess of 5 years. Some of the investments that are available, you have stocks, you have bonds as we had mentioned before, and we also have real estate. God isn't making any more land. So real estate, all things remaining equal, is always a good investment because for all intents and purposes, the expectations that land will appreciate. We have examples of stocks we would have mentioned in the past, Apple. If you invested in Apple in 2009, Apple was $78.
I know, many people are kicking themselves now.
$502 as of yesterday. We have Kraft. Kraft is another good example. Kraft was $17, again 3 years ago. Kraft is now $38. So you have the investments available, but the key thing is to understand the investment performance and look at the long-term prospects of any investment.
You talked about real estate just very quickly. So that couple who's just had the baby, if they're renting, they should try to work towards getting a home and taking on the responsibility of a mortgage as well, because that's also an investment that they can tap into later on. Yes.
If they have intentions of buying a house in 3 or 4 years' time, a 3 or 4 year zero coupon bond is a very good means of getting to that goal. Largely, again, you make the investment today, and you have that accreted value in 3 or 4 years' time. So you have that first start towards the down payment.
Okay.
So there are options available to us.
We've got our friends from the UTC helping us stay financially fit and planning on various horizons, short, medium, and long term. We're going to take a quick jet across to Mangoes and Independence Square with Paul, and also take in the news from the Senior Center, and then we'll come back with more financial fitness advice from our friends at the UTC.
Welcome back to Mangoes on Independence Square. We're down here with First of Soca Valentine promotion with Nisha B, winner of the promotion for Nisha's Date for Breakfast, Nicholas. And of course, we're here also with Carla Benjamin Martin. Of course, Martin's known for their fantastic food on Independence Square, also on Arapita Avenue. We're here with Chef Spice. Good morning, man. How are you?
I'm fine. Morning to you. I'm fine.
So how long are you a chef now?
15 years now.
So what's on the menu that's special for today because it's Valentine's Day?
Well, today we got different types of omelette. We got a Spanish omelette, a Caribbean omelette, we got a ham omelette, a cheese omelette, and a vegetarian omelette. Besides that, the other outlet, like we got a soup early this morning, we got bacon, sausage, ham, different types of variety. Anything you want, you're welcome.
So I could come and order something. I'm also seeing some fantastic cakes. You know, Valentine is associated with sweet stuff.
Well, you're welcome. Anything you want, we could get it for you. I'm gonna bring it at you for you, no problem.
So whatever we want, we could go order it from the menu there, and you bring it for us.
No problem.
What different types of cakes you have?
We got cheesecake, we got black forest, we got almond. Yeah, that's the three other cakes. That's the three types of cakes we have there.
And those are flying off the shelves. All right. So this is Chef Spice here. We are at First of Soca Valentine's on Independence Square in Mangoes. We'll take a short break and head back to the studio and come back. Happy Valentine's, Trinidad Tobago.